Me a lot in the past year. My son has come out to me, so I've sort of reached out to other resources as straight white male. I don't understand. And Morgan has helped me. Okay, this is a different world. I need to understand this world, and Morgan has helped me understand that world a little bit better. I mean, I can never fully understand it, but she's helped me take a step in that direction, and I've been a fan and a follower for quite a while now, and she's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Excellent.
really beautiful to hear.
Don't hide. You deserve it. You are awesome.
Though that's really cool
Yes,
to hear.
I'm awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome. That's amazing. When,
Yeah.
what is
I was just gonna say it's gratifying to know that you're helpful to people, and it's nice to know that like people like what they listen to, and that it's helpful, or that they like it for whatever reason, even that it's just enjoyable. So yeah. So thank you.
Well, I mean, it's funny, number one. That gets me more than anything else. But I mean, the rest of it is kind of a bonus. So we'll go with that.
Okay. Well.
Speaking of, what was it? The one scene that I loved, which is, I don't know if this was unintentional comedy, but where Lan was talking to Moiraine and goes, "So do you know which one's the dragon?" And she looks at him and goes, "No." Well, like in my mind, I was like, "It's Rand, it's whatever, we know." And she's like, "No, I don't." She walked away. I love that.
she's like, nope. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the second episode now. They're left the village. They enter pretty much Shadow Logoth, right?
Yep.
Or Shadow Logoth.
Shut up.
One other thing is like, okay,
Shut up, look at this.
when they came out, when Dragonmount came out with, basically saying that, oh, Lan is Lon, I assumed that they did that because the show was going to go with Lon, and I feel like they did me so dirty. I was like,
I heard the same from a lot of longtime fans, Morgan.
yeah, I was
Long-time fans get it.
yeah.
It's
I was like,
Lan.
when I first read it, I called him Lon, and then I heard other Wheel of Time fans. I'm like, oh, well, I should call him Lan because it doesn't indicate in the glossary how you pronounce the vowel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the Dragonmount thing, and I'm like, oh, I was right all along. And so I was like, I switched it back, assuming that the show would go with Lon. And then when they didn't, I'm just like, you motherfuckers.
Betrayed.
I was just like, yeah, just totally did me dirty. But
So are you adapting? Are you going back to land now?
probably not. My wife likes Lon better, and she makes a fair point that that sound is a very English sound. They don't have it in a lot of other languages. It's why she's Abby in German instead of Abby. So I was just kind of like, well, at least a full third of my listeners are international, and while some of them are, English-speaking countries, not all of them are. So I was just like, I'll just do a nod to them.
What is she called? Tam?
Huh?
What is she called? Tam?
I mean, Tam,
Tom?
obviously.
Oh.
That's a fair point, but yeah.
Yeah, but Lawn Land sounds a lot better than Lawn Land.
Lawn or lawn? I don't know.
Land.
Lan.
There you go. All right, so the second episode, what do we think about Shadow Logoth, guys? It is the broken city, literally. There was a break in it. They got into it.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun when they shot that. I thought it was back from that first scene of episode 1 with the crack or whatever.
Right.
When they show that, it's like, how'd they get back there? Why are they with them?
Yeah.
It's my crack.
Where'd the rocks go?
Well, and actually, before we talk about Shadow Logoth, let's talk about the Hightower incident.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a dumbass.
Yeah, it's absolute moron.
But his kid, he was caring about his kid. I felt for him.
Yeah, I
I
get
mean, yeah,
that.
but at the
But
same
jump in
time,
the middle of a whirlpool is not the answer.
He was saving his son, and
No,
he
he
was like,
wasn't.
"Don't white cloaks are right."
Oh my God.
yeah.
No. Just no.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like, so exactly what are you gonna do? Yeah, sorry, I'm practical enough that it's just kind of like, what? I'm missing.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm missing a cultural reference. But
Oh,
yeah,
Was he gonna go fight 300
D-Rock,
Cloaks in a face?
really?
I feel like the point of him being like the White Cloaks are right is to do foreshadowing for the White Cloaks, which was perfectly reasonable to do that, and also to do a lead-in narratively to the Three Oaths. I like having Egwene call Moraine out rather than having her just be like. I like Egwene being less naive. The aging them up even just a couple of years, because at that age, 2 years can make a huge difference, is good. You know, it means that they're less dumbasses, they're less whiny, and they're, you know, less childish, and also just less naive, and all of those things are nice.
That scene was awesome, actually. Where that was written really well. Moraine did navigate those three oaths. I mean, I was listening, and she did it really well, and I could see what she was doing, and I think it was done pretty well.
Yeah, it's like, being able to be like, no, I created a whirlpool and that dude jumped into it. It's not using the power as a weapon any more than if somebody walked into one of the bricks that I was throwing at a Trolloc, you know, and forcing Egwene to reason it out.
Or all those people in the Wine Spring Inn that were huddled against fearing the Trollocs, and then it just crashes onto their heads.
So what do you think happens if she was trying to hurt that dude? Like what happens? All of a sudden she just goes to channel and it's muted somehow?
Yes.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think she could have done the same thing if she knew that Master Hightower would have jumped in to save his raft. I think she still could have done the same thing, even if she knew that it would end in his death.
Well, why didn't if you're gonna go down that road, why didn't she split a weave and freaking capture the guy in air and have Lan knock him out on the side of the river or something?
That's fair.
She could have pulled him back. Yeah.
I'm guessing she's like low on strength though.
Oh,
yeah,
that is true. Yeah. She's pretty beat up.
She got shanked.
Also, maybe she has no
She got-
patience.
Yes, she did.
She got a trident to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Because she just was metal about it. I just thought, oh, she must have armor or something, and it didn't he pulled it out of some massive leather harness or whatever. Because I was like, oh, there's no way she just took that on the shoulder and was just like, meh.
Didn't even flinch.
Yeah,
Suspenders +7.
Oh god.
Yes.
Well done.
D&D. Yes.
You had to throw it in there.
Suspenders of impaling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
-1 for impenetrating.
Oh, ooh, ouch.
I also,
Bleeds right into the White Cloaks too, which was a naughty little scene.
Okay, so did Lon put Moraine's ring down his pants? Because I made commentary about it looked like what I had to do with my dope in high school because weed wasn't legal. Because I put my weed down my pants more than once, and I'm pretty sure he took her great serpent ring and just shoved it right down his pants.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
That image was just perfect. I loved it.
It didn't look like that, right? Or he at least tucked it into his big belt.
He hid his great serpent ring behind his balls.
Oh, that definitely went to the crack of holy.
The twigs and berries.
And when Moraine got it back, she was like, "Ooh, it's warm."
Exactly.
Give it to me now.
Oh, Jesus, Kay.
Sorry, Maureen. I may have accidentally channeled a little bit on it.
That's why it's not. That's why it's called the corruption and not the taint. Because later on they're going to be like, oh yeah, even a white cloak isn't going to touch somebody's taint to look for a great serpent ring.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Sorry, I plugged out my audio there.
So Matt gives his dagger that Layla had made to Perrin.
Yeah.
Boss
and then
move.
magically, Shadow Logoth offers him a dagger.
That's what I was going to ask. So MaTsDaGger thinks that this was Shadow Logoth offered Matt this dagger because it knew that Matt now needed a dagger.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Because he gave his dagger to Perrin.
Yes.
Maybe.
Huh.
So the city said, "All right, the best way for us to leave this
City
place
is so dead.
as a
The city-
parasite."
like, the city is alive enough to do that. That's I guess
Yes.
my theory.
I just like the idea that because, Moraine wasn't going to be awake to be able to set wards to keep Mashadar out, they needed Mashadar to be something that had to be triggered instead, and so to have it be Matt's fault, because it's just sort of like, we have to have it go wrong or trigger it, so of course Matt's going to do it, because of course.
Well, yeah.
Just like, he'll just take something and it'll be like, once you touch it and once you take it, you set off the evil. I think that was a great narrative choice.
I did too. Did you guys see Bella turn to sand?
It wasn't Bella.
That
What?
wasn't
Yeah,
Bella.
yeah.
So
No,
did Bella
not
get
Bella.
out?
Not
Yeah,
Bella.
it was-
No.
Yeah.
They
Sorry, guys.
specifically- No. They
Guys, sorry,
specifically
guys.
in the trivia, I stopped
Sorry,
it,
guys.
and the Amazon trivia
No,
specified
not Bella.
that they say that Bella is thought by many in the fandom to be the creator, and yeah, no.
What?
They're not
You were
official.
watching like VH1 pop-up video?
No, if you pause Amazon, they have like trivia bits. They'll tell you stuff about the actors and stuff.
What?
Yeah, Prime. If you stop Prime, if you pause it, it has all kinds of like interactive or knowledge information. So it'll tell you all kinds of shit.
It's that X-ray thing, so you can go see the animated shorts.
I did see the X-ray button, but I didn't push it.
It also
Well, all
takes
the
you back
animated
to the
shorts
scenes.
are on.
Brother Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Archie is in 5 more episodes. Shh.
Archie.
Yeah, they haven't had
Archie,
any
who
major
plays
speeches.
Bella.
That's
You get
impressive.
sucked into their eye right at the end.
I can always tell when Ryan needs like an extra 20 seconds to burn one when we hear the entire Bella.
Yes.
Ryan's like,
And-
okay.
Speaking of
Bella survived. Egwene yelled Bella, and
Yeah, she
and
did.
Was not the horse that got eaten. That was
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we've
okay.
heard any important enough speeches for Bella to have farted through, because Maddie specifically said that the horse that plays Bella like ruined a whole bunch of speeches where they had to redo takes because the horse kept farting in the speeches.
Oh wow.
So yeah, there's gotta
Maybe
be.
maybe you did it during the speech for Menetherin, and they had to do it again.
Yeah.
And,
No, we got a song. For
We
that.
form a
They're singing the song, and the horse is all plop,
Yep.
plop, plop. Horses are rude. Who likes horses, right?
I do.
Uh,
They're really
man,
cute.
I think they're scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the fact that domestication is a fiction. A horse could kill you at any time with its feet.
I mean, a dog can kill you.
Dude, yeah.
their bites don't feel good. I grew up next to horses. Their bites don't feel good when you're like feeding them.
That's why you
apples
gotta
and
hold
stuff.
it in your flat of your hand when you.
I tried.
Oh, well, that's not a lot.
Brother Darren, your 2 beagles could kill you in the middle of the night. They could just
I
like
can-
1,
I-
2, 3. One
No,
goes
I
for
can
the
take my-
jugular.
I can take my 2 beagles. I
no,
can take my 2
no, but
beagles.
you're sleeping. And
One
just
is so
one,
old.
and they synchronize it. And one goes for your Achilles tendon. One goes for your jugular. You're bleeding out.
I think in that scenario, you're right, Ryan.
Thank you.
Oh,
Dude, I
But
know.
in hand-to-hand combat, 2 dogs, 1 man.
Wait,
Those
how
beagles.
many beagles would be too many, Dan? All at once. 4.
I knew a lady who had a pack of Yorkies
5,
that hunted.
6.
She had a
Wait.
pack of Yorkies that hunted, and yeah, if they were like deadly
Welcome
Yorkies.
back, Kay.
So yeah, I think 4 beagles.
Yeah, but Brother Dan's got a really mean like low spin kick. Right, he goes down axe and he does like a
I got
spinning.
size 14 feet. I can stomp a dog like it ain't no thing. Ryan, you remember? Anyways. You was there? You remember?
We need
Alright.
stomping puppies, Dan.
Yeah.
Twatwan dogs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were all bad. They were bad dogs. Anyways. Shadow Logoth was pretty awesome looking. I liked seeing the night or the kind of sky view with Rand and Egwene there. That was touching.
It would have
He
been a
held her
total.
hand. He held her hand again,
Yeah.
which was nice.
When they're on the balcony.
I cried there.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like looking out, and it's like
Oh.
they had a lot of really beautiful. I think they did a good job of like capturing the scenery.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were a lot
Yeah.
of things like
Oh, there's stunning panoramas everywhere. Yeah, totally agree,
Right.
Kay.
A lot of drone shots.
That's one of my favorite parts of this is just how much in nature they are and just how they're really like framing everything to really capitalize on like these great places that they're in.
I think Shadow Logoth was probably the most impressive for me. My headcanon, based on the book, was not vivid. It was big and crumbly.
Wider
It's kind of all I
streets.
knew.
I envisioned wider streets than what like it seemed like it was so cramped.
I liked how narrow it was though, because it made it seem ominous, and everything looked cold. It looked so cold. It just felt like, chill and dank. And what did you think about it being, rather than a murder mist, just like a creepy zombie death plague, like MaTsDaGgerX?
Oh, like the blob?
I think it was probably easier to do production-wise.
Yeah,
I think that
liked
was
it.
probably production thing. I would have liked to have seen a fog, honestly.
I
But-
thought it was better visual to have that blackness creeping in than a fog reaching out.
Felt
Very
very flat.
For some
Very,
reason,
very, very
that
flat.
blackness reaching in just felt more dangerous
Oh.
the sound
than
of
the fog reaching out.
with it too. I agree with you.
Cool sound effect.
Yeah, I
They
think the
didn't
sound
want-
effect helped with that creepiness you're speaking of.
Like any ambiguity with because they have the white flows of the one power.
Right.
So
Right.
like having mist as well, they wanted something that was definitely like
Oh, good
so
point. Good point.
visually
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
Did anyone else pick up on the whistle?
No.
All right. Well, let's talk about it.
What?
Hey,
Hey, let's get kicked off again.
no. I mean,
What did I miss?
again, I'm smarter than I look. When MaTsDaGgerX first appears and starts moving, you hear a whistle, and it is the same whistle that you hear when Pat and Fane is entering the Two Rivers.
Damn, I missed that.
It's very subtle.
How did you pull that out?
It's very subtle.
I missed it completely.
I'm a
Very
genius.
subtle. Most people won't get it, but
I don't bring
did.
it up very much. But I'm very, 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 very smart.
Love it.
Okay, Ryan, we get it. You're
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
I'm in.
Hey,
Fuck you.
Ryan can also do more push-ups than you.
No doubt. No doubt.
but I remember instantly being upset that that's where they were going with it.
Really? I didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you pick up on that and go, oh, you're obvious, when I didn't even get it at all?
No. I wasn't. No. I just thought. No, I didn't. I didn't think it was. I thought it was very subtle. I was very. Everyone I brought it up, it makes me think I was hearing things, but only one other person had noticed it. And when I bring this up, so you're not the only one.
Meter
All right.
system that
So
you got
you're
to figure it
actually
out.
smart as opposed to faking it.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
had,
No. You can't fake this. You can't fake this shit, bro.
Two heads are better than one, guys.
Absolutely.
Who had the more miserable walk? Rand and Matt having to walk up that horrible rocky slope, or Egwene and Perry having to walk over that flat, horrible, windy
Tundra. Yeah.
tundra?
Was it
I
the
think
Queen grass or whatever?
is-
Perrin and Egwene, 100%.
Yeah, Perrin and Egwene, I really felt for them. I was thirsty.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
Did you see Perrin's
Please give them
lips?
something,
They were
just like a
dry.
little dribble
Yeah.
of water to get them through the next
Why did the wolves stop?
little bit.
because they love him.
Yeah, was that Hopper that licked his leg? Like,
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I mean, Hopper is very a known leg licker. Like Boo Boo will come up and I won't even notice, but like he'll have like a 1 whole minute on my ankle and I'll be like, God damn it, get off my leg.
No, actually, that wolf's name was hydrogen peroxide.
Aaron's a known leg licker.
All right, no. Yeah, there's you guys remember the old cartoon Belle and Sebastian?
Yeah.
Anyone see Belle and Sebastian? Anyways,
Big old white dog.
Big white dog. It was French. I don't know how he saw it. Anyways, Belle licked Sebastian to life. It was great. Anyway, so no, when they were running from the wolves and they somehow go back to the tundra. They were on a tundra, and then they ran into some wooded area. Got chased out of the wooded area by the wolves back to the tundra, and then the wolves stopped.
Well,
Like,
because they got him to the cart,
Found the
the
tracks.
path, and they followed the tracks to the way of the leaf.
There. Drink. You got a drink on that one.
Yes.
You got a drink on that
Yeah.
one.
Oh shit!
Absolutely.
Fuck, the wolves love us.
Yeah.
If Aram hadn't given them the response about like, you know, you have to say this, like the password or the counter password, would the Tinkers have kicked the shit out of them?
No.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Say it now. They're like, okay, wait, what was it again? Fuck!
I have expected them to be like Nugs. Nugs.
Yeah, Nugs.
Grass or-
Nitrous. Nugs.
What's wrong, man?
Nugs.
I
Yeah.
got some
Yeah.
Way the leaf, way the
Got any weed, man?
L. L. You
fuck.
want some dose?
You need to know the song or you need to know the leaf. One of the two.
Yeah.
Got special.
So
K.
I have to say, whoever the Aram guy is,
Looks great.
was that I thought fit perfect. Like that was not my vision of him at all, but the way they portrayed him, I thought was just great. He's gonna be a fun little dude to mess around with.
Yeah.
He's got
Can I
this
just
Angry that I
say-
loved him so much. Angry that I loved him so much.
As a straight man, I would do Aram.
Let's go.
I'm just
You're
saying.
right.
I'm just
I
saying.
do
As a
rain.
straight man, that guy was hot.
Ride or die, baby. It's time.
I'm just saying.
You're
I was like,
experiencing
oh my God,
you're
do I
experiencing
actually like
bi
Aram?
panic right now. I think this is
really?
common. Yeah, welcome to the spectrum, Matt.
Well, you know what? Hey,
New world
every
for
one
me.
of them Tinkers had a yoga mat on their cart.
All the Tinkers have yoga mats.
Yeah,
Lululemons were in the back.
they
Organic,
they're-
they organic coffees.
Yeah, they're like, hey, part of the way of the leaf is some of us get enemas. We just
Yeah,
we just really clean ourselves.
Right over here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They gave him matcha tea and organic salads.
Hey, Jenny makes a great boba.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Good job. But the one thing that so critique time. I'll give a quick critique. Is when they got there and they were amongst the wagons, which were cool, by the way. Like I like how they did the wagons, but it smelled like It felt like
Yes.
you were in a freaking small town. I mean, there were so many people there. It was just weird. And they even did the same thing in Iman's Field, where they were like, I mean, it was like there were so many people, and I just never envisioned it to be that cramped in such a small, town or caravan.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember when I first saw the images of the tinks, as Todd likes to call them. I felt like it was like not and crowded enough. Like it wasn't lifelike enough. There wasn't enough like life. But when I saw it on the show, yeah, they fixed it a lot. Like the way they create these like circles and then they kind of pack everyone in. And then it's like the set feels realistic, but you can almost like, if you droned up, you can almost just like envision it just being like one big circle.
Yeah.
Well, and if you also think about it, this was a festival time, and based on what I've read online, I think the Two Rivers, that Tri-County area, let's say, and Morgan probably knows more than I when she gets it, hold to like 10 to 20,000 people, like spread amongst the like the
Well,
four.
how big did you think Iman's
villages.
field was? Like, how many people actually live there? You know what I mean?
I thought it was kind of huge. I mean, it was big enough for them to noteworthy to say like, they took out Matt's. They went to Matt's house. They went to the where parents was staying, and then they took out Rand's farm. So it had to be big enough for them to even differentiate it. I don't know. I always felt it was much bigger with like streets.
Yeah, it was
so you
like-
had to go down some streets.
I thought there was 1,500 to 2,000 people, maybe.
I gave it.
But
to
it felt like
Spring.
Times Squares in the middle of lunch.
Hey guys, real quick,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
want to real quick. Dustuo has like 575 people watching, so I think I'm just gonna. You
know
guys,
what?
you guys need to try harder.
No, I love
I made effort today.
Can you no fucking
hard.
try harder? Bring it,
Dog
guys.
Slobber.
You guys are.
Hedski. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you.
I'm doing everything I can.
Thank you.
Oh, I want to thank Alan and Jake for
look what you did, Ryan.
Hey,
Ryan,
those guys tried, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, you see what happened?
Oh,
No,
Hedski.
he's going to the fun chat.
Oh shit! Fuck that. Hedski, how's your internet? Come join. I'm gonna fucking message Hedski.
Yeah,
Hedski, check your
I wanna
Discord.
see that.
You should send it to Darkhand Slobber too, man.
We only got 2
Yeah.
more slots. And I don't know, Dark House. We only got 2 more available slots. Look at this.
Well,
You only do 10.
Hey, I'll dip out if you need somebody else to come in.
I'm happy to host in chat.
no, come on, guys. I wish we could all just be at a pub.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, we're trying to recreate it.
Nice.
So not to derail us, but I just want to just say real fast on the weaves. One thing that I really appreciated about the very first moment is that we didn't see the weave of the Red Sister. Sorry, gonna derail us, I know, but didn't see the weave of the Red Sister against the man that she was holding or gentling.
That's a good point.
And then I think that as some of the speculation that's gone on is that we're going to see the colors come in later in seasons, and I'm hoping that that's the case, is that we're going to progress as we as the audience get more familiar with weave. So I thought that was a good moment that he just like embraced it of what was going on.
Absolutely.
Leandrin saunter up to them too on her horse, her little canter.
Sharks, Roy.
Oh my gosh, that was such a like a runway walk while sitting on a horse. It was great.
She was hot, yet terrified me.
Yeah, and took her own fucking sweet time. Just clump. More
And
incident.
wore the right color on the blue carpet.
Jesus, MrHowley, could you get any more red? Why are you so red in the face, man?
I don't know. Am I?
No,
Yeah.
It's probably
Very.
because it's probably because I'm drinking the Guinness and I'm Irish.
Yes!
Slanja.
Matt,
Well, that being the case,
I know, Matt. Why are you so not red? You need to get out, Matt.
No,
have
MaTsDaGgerX
very fair
is
skin.
very well read.
Oh,
Nice.
what's black and blue and red all over? Matt's MrHowley after surgery.
A skunk in a blender.
Oh no.
What?
Wait,
Surgery?
I'm gonna go get another beer.
Yeah, it could be my
Yeah.
guess. All right, so let's. We're talking about show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, they jump off to escape. There's no rocks. This is a floating island that has no beach, no rocks, they were 2 feet from the wall, and yet they were safe in the water, which is fortuitous.
Oh, this is cool.
It's hard to do.
Dan, let's say hi to Dovie Andes, Dovie Sagain.
Nice.
Came over from the Dusty Wheel, and they had a theory that Layla is a dark friend. Layla from the show, not any real life Laylas.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
I
love it.
Why?
Like it.
Why though?
Wait.
Why? So that
Why? She was adorable. She was struggling with being pregnant. She kind of loved her husband, but was having thoughts. I mean,
Kinda.
young love. Yeah, no.
he's gonna find out later she's a dark friend. And he's gonna feel better about it. He'll
gonna move on to a hawk.
No, how is he gonna get the hawk if he doesn't forgive the cock?
Sorry, kid.
Thank you. It took me a while. I was like, oh my god, how do I rhyme that shit?
All right. You sounded like Tom Cruise in Magnolia.
All right, Dark House Lover. I can't. How do I reach you? Come to our Discord, and I will message you and get you on this fucking show. We have 2 more slots. Dark. Hedski needs. Where's Hedski? I sent you a link, Hedski.
That's good.
Come on, Hedski.
Face on here, Hedski.
Hedski! I sent you a link! All right. Sorry.
So they get split up and they all go to completely different ecosystems.
Yeah. East is one way. Yeah. East is
They
way
all go east, but one's a desert, one's a forest, and one's these rocky boulders. Cool. Yeah,
and they were like wet from the river, so they're really fucking cold.
I like them yelling out, continuing to yell. Why not? The echoes are fun anyways. Perrin.
There was something good when you echo yourself like that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
It's kind of hot.
All right.
I think
to
shut up.
I think I've drinking enough.
Absolutely not.
Let's start getting into shit that fucking bugged us.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I am ready. I've been trying to be a positive guy, and I think Amazon stopped listening to us.
Does it matter where we go? Like
Once they kicked us off, they already kicked us off our stream, Ryan. Fuck them.
We're going. Yeah, I have a spoiler alert right here. We're good. Let's just start. Just think of the thing that pissed you off the most, and I'm gonna say
CGI.
Oh, you think? Okay.
The
CGI, huh?
CGI.
That Trolloc battle was not great. Some of the Trollocs running across the river and stuff did not look great.
Bad. So bad. Across the river was bad.
Yeah. Balsamon looked bad.
When Nynaeve was running was bad too.
Balsamon looked bad. Nynaeve.
So Morgan liked Tom Marilyn, and I think Tom Marilyn was bad. I did not like the song.
No, the intro. Yeah, the intro pissed me off. I was like, oh my god. First off, why is he singing? First off, and then why is it like
is that high chant? Is that common? What the fuck was that?
It's common.
No, it's it's more. It was more like Creed than Common.
What do you think Creed is?
Yes, Creed is. Yeah. So yeah, I was appalled that he was just singing some stupid song. I was appalled at how long they gave him to sing that stupid song. Right. The one thing I loved is that they had Socrates behind him, and he was actually playing the guitar. Those are the two things I appreciated.
Did you listen to the actual lyrics of the song?
Yeah, the man who could not forgive himself. Yeah, and then
and could not forget himself.
Forget or forget?
What? So was that in the Travels of Jane Farstrider?
Yeah. What are we even getting at there?
He's a Gleeman, not a fucking singer-songwriter.
Yeah, he's talking about his own life.
Forgive.
Yeah. I wrote this in my journal yesterday. I want to sing it to you.
It was a song about Lucera, and he was singing about the dragon and about the breaking.
Yes.
It was about
Thank
the
you,
breaking.
Morgan.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I went and made a sandwich during the song. I wasn't into it.
Oh, fuck
I
yeah!
was so bummed that's how we got introduced to him. I did appreciate him being a dick and Matt being a dick, and they were like ended all pissed off. I thought that redeemed. So far, like, there's cringe moments, but every cringe moment seems to be very quickly like fixed.
Hold on. So Tom just like goes around burying people and what?
I
Is
think
he?
Okay. All right, yeah.
Tom respects everyone who has come or gone.
Matt does not want us to not like anything.
Love Tom, God damn it!
Well, I love Tam Thor more than anything, and they did him so wrong. I still love it.
Okay,
All right, what'd you say, Kay?
Tam is I did
said I-
this and now I'm done. Tom is I've done this, now I'm doing this.
Uh-huh.
There's a difference.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's just playing in dirty ass bars. Wait. What? First off, what the fuck is Tom Maryland in that dinky ass, rinkety ass fucking town in the middle of nowhere where there's no money?
Jesus, horrible.
So he can free a caged Deadeye and bury him.
But no, first. That's all. Why are you so pissed off by that, Dan? Jesus, that's so weird.
Come on.
Dan is with me.
No, that was perfect. That had everything about Tom. Him able to listen to conversation and glean like bigger truths. He heard people bragging about this shit. He put two and two together. He looked at this person. The veil's not up. He did his fucking Tom shit, and he figured out that they fucking mastered the game, massacred this fucker, and
Yes.
So and he's like, that's dishonorable, and it shows a lot about Tom's character. I actually fucking love that part, Dan. I think you're
That
wrong.
shows him paying attention.
Yeah,
That's
now
more than
I turned into
anybody
Matt.
else at this point.
All right,
There is nobody else at this point that pays attention.
all right,
Tom
Chris, what
loves
did you hate the
people.
most?
What did I hate the most?
What did you hate the most?
Oh,
Am I all red?
probably Moraine being absent for an entire episode.
Yeah,
Just passed out.
Just like I'm just this corpse here laying here, you know. That they hired Rosamund Pike for a reason. Utilize her.
Okay, nice. Troy, what did you hate the most?
Honestly, how bright Shatter Logoth was most of the time. That was the one headcanon I couldn't get
There
out
was
of.
a blue light
that-
every time. Yeah.
Yeah, like the shooting day for night bothered me at times on other scenes, but how bright Shatter Logoth was, it should always be. There should be a shadow over it. It felt like in my headcanon.
Yeah, now that you pointed out
though.
though, yeah, but then how would you do the dark fucking fog if it's so? Yeah,
I get
interest.
it.
Yeah.
I get why they did it, but it was one thing that
Oh,
visually
cool.
couldn't get around.
So it wasn't like no, not a canonical
Going into it, I gave up on that before going in. I was like, I can accept as long as again the characters are who the characters were, which I felt even with the changes, everything felt like it had a reason, even if I didn't agree with it necessarily. That it had a reason behind it as far as the character story wise for me. So I could at least wrap my head around it, or I was drunk enough that it was fine.
Okay, Sadai, what did you hate the most about the 3 episodes? What sticks out the most?
Oh man, I was looking at those stupid couple of things I maybe wrote down, and I really don't have that much that I didn't like about it, other than a couple of acting situations that weren't great, that really did take me out of the moment. For instance, shall I give one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, for instance, and Ryan, I think, agrees with me on this one. The mother.
Yes, dear.
The mother in the first episode.
Egwin's mom has got it going on. Yeah, Egwin's mom. She was so horrible.
Here.
Yeah, it was difficult for a minute.
And then Egwin and Rand had some horrible scenes that I thought when they were trying to act as if they're having this tense conversation. and the dialogue was pretty stilted. I actually felt like I was watching like a high school play at one point. I was like, oh my god, Jesus! Like he was like trying to interrupt her, and she goes, "But," and he goes,
Yeah.
and then there's like a pause, and then he interrupts, and then like it's
There was
classic like
awkward stuff
But
there. And I'm not sure, exactly why, other than maybe what you just said specifically was like them not cutting each other off the right moments, and the timing of their episode, or not the episode, but just the timing of that scene.
MrHowley, yes.
Do you think it had anything to do with the fact that the filming was split up or broken up? Like I was trying to trying to capture throughout the scenes of, hey, did they shoot like the ones where they're sitting on the rocks? I think was done like when they first started shooting, and so maybe their maturity within their acting or whatever over that year where they had to practice and blah 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 blah. Did that where it gave it that disjointed feel?
I can only imagine that's probably a really difficult place to. I mean, in general, like they seem genuinely cold sometimes, you know, like when it doesn't necessarily look cold outside too. So like, there is stuff I think that you might be right about that. They're adjusting to their environment and as actors. And then
there was a little poor shaming going on too. Matt doesn't have a coat. Rand has a nice coat.
Matt has a bathrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like hobo gloves.
Yeah. It's a badass bathrobe.
It is a badass bathrobe.
Just give him a pipe.
That is a quality bathrobe that he is making do with, and I just feel sad because he doesn't have a belt for his bathrobe, and I'm wondering if he traded it for a lantern like the year before for his sister.
Dark.
Nice.
That's nice.
Oh, you kill me.
Is God.
I think someone had mentioned it before, but let's talk about balls on your mom real
You don't
fast.
want to know what I hate most?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
please. Yeah.
Dan's the worst. Dan's the worst.
So
come on.
I rated all 3 episodes. I thought episode 2 was definitely an 8.5. Episode 3 was probably an 8. I thought episode 1 was the weakest, and I think part of the problem is that it's at least 10 minutes shorter than the others, and they should have made use of those 10 minutes. I don't like how it started. They should have done some other scene first because it's really abrupt the way it starts. And it just starts with her basically narrating the story. I hate it when things start that way. It seems cheesy to start where you're just telling, this story, this background story. It feels like an exposition dump at that point. So starting some other way would have been better. I'm not exactly sure how. Even their original thing of showing Pat and Fane looking, just something would have been better. And I also don't like the scene with Leandrin and the Red Sisters running down the mail channel. Or they should have taken more time, even 2 or 3 more minutes to that scene to flesh it out and make it not so abrupt and weird looking. A little bit more dialogue, something to exhibit or make his insanity a little bit more obvious, something to just to flesh that scene out a little bit more and not make it so abrupt. I think part of the problem with the first episode was that there were scenes that seemed a little bit abrupt, and where dialogue was slightly stilted, and I think it's just that they had time compared to the other 2 episodes, and they should have used it and just kind of fleshed it out a little bit. And then some of the CGI was a little bad.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Excellent.
Did we cover everyone? Did we get MaTsDaGger? Did you said the CGI, right?
Yeah, the CGI at the river, a little questionable. But the bottom line is my characters that are here in my heart, they were there on the screen, and it meant everything to me to see it there.
Yeah. The essence.
And it was kind of emotional to see this world that I've held in my heart for so long. To be there in front of me was beautiful. So for Rafe and Sarah Nakamura and everybody else, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
If anybody's still drinking, am I the only lush left?
No,
I'm
Jesus
there,
Christ.
yeah.
Hello.
Well said, MaTsDaGger. You brought all the feels up again, and I know that I'm not even like feeling the most out of this group.
Yeah.
But yeah, really well said. It's quite an incredible thing to see this transformation happen, and quite an incredible thing to see the reaction from the community, and with all the little things. I mean, we're talking about these little itty bitty nuancey things that we were like, oh, that could have been better, and really, in reality, you're right. The I mean, for me so far as I know, and again, I'm only almost through the Dragon Reborn, but yeah, it really does hold true to the characters, and they did an incredible job overall. And Sarah and Laura did an incredible job, and so did Brave. They all did. The team of them, I think it really does take a team to make something like this really come to life for the community at large. I've been watching for some weeks. That's really
I think Nynaeve's storyline was fucking great. I loved her escape.
Yep.
I loved her taking on the Trolloc. That was a fun scene to me.
Yeah,
I like that the Trolloc was sniffing and stuff. Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, who's going on?
No, go.
Okay.
Anybody.
Yeah,
it's a free for all.
I think that
I might get Drake.
They've done a really good job with all of it, and so I am very impressed. I think what I'm impressed with most of all is how much it matters to the actors that they get it right. It seems like they're very invested in just being true to the characters, and so that means something right there. Just the fact that they care about like hitting something that's so central to like so many people in a fandom, because that's like it's more than just wanting to do your job right, but wanting to like connect emotionally with people who feel like they already know someone, which is that's a big bar to clear, and have it really matter to someone. It's like the difference between people who are dedicated to something like that, and then someone who takes over a character like I hate the second Dumbledore because he didn't even read the books. It's just kind of like it's like he can't play a part because you don't even know who it is, and so it's just like I'm really and I feel like it's like some people they only have negative things to say about the show, which really annoys me, because it's just sort of like it's fine to have constructive criticisms for all of us to mention things that we don't like about it, but it's like if you're going to do that, you should at least say like 4 nice things for every not nice thing you say, because that's just polite. It's just like everybody worked really hard on it, so
Well, most of the negative criticism is just negative information. They're wrong on most of their factual points.
Trollocs don't look like Lemmy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Matt is not a single father. What are you talking about?
I love Lemmy.
The one power doesn't come from the ring.
Exactly.
Well, actually, that still I think might be debatable. Like we don't know. In this world,
man, I read the book.
No, in this world, is is Val and Luca cutting off hands because he has a misconception of how it all works?
You mean even Valda?
Valda, yeah.
Valda's a dick.
Amon Valda is Amon Valda. No, Val and Luca's got the calves. Amon Valda, is he cutting off hands because he loves cutting off hands, or I'm sorry, is he cutting off hands because he's wrong about how the one power works for the Aes Sedai, or is he cutting off hands because he's right? I don't know if we know this yet.
No, he's cutting off rings because he's a douche who likes to wear rings as trophies.
That's a good point.
No, but I think they do it to neuter their magic, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see what he ate when they took the plate off?
It was a bird, wasn't it?
It was her tongue.
What? I thought it was a bird.
I thought it was a little frog.
No, it was...
Oh, I thought it was like when he was talking about cutting out her tongue and cutting off her hands. I thought he was eating her tongue.
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a weird little bird. He had said something about like when you eat it and like the legs and the
Yeah, it was a
feet
snail
poke you
or
something.
bird or
Oh,
something.
then
with
I missed
horny
that one.
claws.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check out, guys.
My bad.
All right, hey, good seeing
I'm
you,
gonna check
Village
out.
Mattress. Thanks for
Yeah,
hanging out.
Chris,
man.
have
You're the
fun.
man, Village.
You're
Good luck,
amazing,
bro.
Chris. Village
Night,
Mattress.
Village.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye. I miss him.
But I think it like cuts
Me
off
too.
their magic because they
Mhm.
do the whole weave thing, like they're using their hands and stuff. I think they do it so she can't use it,
I thought
the power.
Valid
That's why I
point.
took it out.
I thought it was more like a trophy of like, you know, cutting off their hands and
So,
stopping them from being able to use the one power through their hands. But
okay,
yeah, you
plug
might-
your ears. What's our
why?
spoiler level?
okay. Well, I'm gonna hold on. Well,
to
give me a
the- to Dragon Reborn, like chapter 50, yeah, to where our show is.
Okay, I can't go beyond that.
Yeah. But you don't need to. Like, it, like I think the show's doing something very different.
Come
like,
back, Kay. Yeah.
like the ring,
Yeah,
the
okay.
rings is different, and we don't know the significance of it at all
So-
yet. We don't know anything right now.
And that's
Well,
actually one of the things I wanted to bring up is like, how long does it take to channel? It seems that Moraine, it took her maybe a good 10 or 15 seconds to like recharge. So there's like certain video games that you can do like a punch, real fast punch. You do like a medium punch and you push the button longer, and then you gotta push the button like real long and get like the big punch.
Yeah.
You have like
There's
yeah,
Are
haptics
you
in their
comparing
hands.
Street
There's
Fighter
haptics in their
No, you
hands.
don't.
Wheel of Time?
you have
You gotta
cooldowns for
charge.
spells, so you can only like use a spell so often, and then you have to wait for it to like reset.
Oh
and
God,
it cools
cool down.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
line. Yeah. Are you powering up that punch, or are you just
God.
doing? Oh, that's amazing. So, that
Well, the other one thing there, I like within that scene, how when the power went up, it was in the shape of a helix. That's where I think the ring theory becomes
So
debunked.
one of the
Like it
things-
looked like it was a DNA helix going up
It
when
did.
she was doing it.
one of the
So
things-
what do you? Oh, go ahead.
Wait, Morgan.
Oh, okay. So one of the things that I'm appreciating is that they seem to be like, paying close attention to the ideas of like having this be very much like true to RJ's like, love of the principles of physics and stuff like that. So they seem to be doing, the whole like conservation of energy, and it's like the way that he does it in the books, they're like taking it from the true source, and so but you can't show that on film or really have that kind of inner narrative. So I like how they seem to always be pulling the one power out of the air and then doing some manner of conversion of the energy and then channeling it, so that they can show that visual of the kind of like conservation of energy principle, since they can't do the inner narrative of what it's like to channel the one power. I thought that was really cool.
Okay, so actually, to that point, Dan and I were watching the one of the previews,
I'm
and
watching your podcast.
please do. And there was a scene where but not at the expense of us, please. Sorry. So there's a scene where like there's like a fire, and it looks like the one power is actually either coming out of the fire or drawing the fire away. And I speculated that Moraine was going to use the one power, build up some sort of fire attack, and either burn down a building that would kind of either strategically help win the battle. But I thought she was going to do some sort of damage to win the battle. Turns out she fucking threw bricks. Who could have guessed that? But we do see her channeling the fire, but then there's no like fire action. Like it was like she channeled the fire and then threw bricks. So right, like I mean, that's the
Yeah,
sequence.
propulsion.
Wasn't there
Well,
something-
they even showed it in the walls, right? Like around the bricks.
Well,
like,
the
channeled
blue.
Earth. She
I don't
channeled
know.
Earth to grab the bricks.
Or air.
Well, is she pulling? Is that their representation of pulling the elements into whatever weave she's doing?
That's what I was wondering. Is it like I don't know why they even spent time making that whole
That's
graphic
pretty
with
cool.
a fire being drawn away.
That's the other thing that bothers
She
me.
took
'cause
the
it's
heat,
like-
transferred that.
Matt, you keep
Earth.
Matt, you just cut Morgan off.
It's like one of the things that bothers me about like the 5 powers is like spirit is whatever, but it's like, earth, air, and water are elements, but fire is a chemical reaction, and so that annoys me because it's just kind of like it's not the same as the other 3.
That was so weird. Like, why draw fire and then throw bricks? It didn't make any sense. Matt, go on. What were you saying?
Because earth and fire are earth.
Oh wait, earth, wind, and fire are.
Wind and fire.
Just earth and fire, and then the elements of earth.
You can't do Earth, Wind, and Fire and not put a song on underneath.
I know.
Jungle boogie. Ba-na-na.
Because I feel like fire is something that you would get being able to like combine like, maybe like earth and wind or something, or like, it just seems like you could get chemical reactions combining like the other things. It just annoys me, but that's just like my own personal like little nitpicky about it.
So that was a curiosity to me, but one thing that really irked me and is more it's very, very small. I got really irked by really small things, but when Perrin was trying to light the fire with his flint, and then Egwene kind of like does her hand thing.
But that was a cute little scene.
Because the sound effect goes like when you pick up a gold coin in Mario Brothers or something. And I was like, all right, is
True.
Like, what the fuck was that? Was that like, is that the magic happening, or is that just?
Yes,
that's the cue that they leveled up.
It's baby magic.
I love you guys. That's so funny.
Well,
that's so funny.
But that scene to me had poignance because Perrin was struggling to use the dagger, the knife that his wife had made that was to be used as a tool.
Oh, I did. It's that dagger. You're right, brother.
It was that dagger, and he's like, "No, I got this," and was banging the fuck like I'm gonna make
wrong
this
words. Come on.
fucking work. And then she goes, and then he's like, and then he takes it all in stride. He's like, "Was that me or you? Huh?
Leveled up.
Hey,
seriously.
Can you channel us some turkey sandwiches, please?"
Yeah. When you get the star and also
So I have Morgan. I have a serious question for you. Is the reason that you have discrepancies with fire is because it has to be self-initiated, in that it's not just something out in nature, or why?
Yeah, because it's a chemical reaction rather than an element, so it's just like
and because the caster, like the one who wields the power, can't initiate the fire.
Yeah, it's like
normal magic or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like the same as like lightning. Like they can throw lightning, but they would make lightning with some combination of like air and water. I'm assuming is how they make it.
Right. But yeah.
So it's sort of like
sense.
Just the same. You would assume that you would use some combination to make fire, because fire is also like a reaction, the same as lightning. So it annoys me, and I know that's Robert Jordan had it. And
air and heat.
Yeah, something like that. So, and I know that's old school. The elements are earth, fire, water, and air.
Well, and spirit, dang it! But Ryan and I had it.
Hey, real quick, just another Dusty Will check. He has 552 people watching. You guys are really sucking right now.
Wow.
I'm
so disappointed in our guests right now, Dan. What is this?
We should have about 50-50, right? They should be evenly split, I would think.
That's my new favorite bit right now. I'm so happy with that bit.
Ryan and I had a nice conversation early in our video casting career about channeling and wondering. So what we had seen Moraine create fog near a river. We'd seen Moraine do certain things, but could she create that fog bank in the Io Waste? Or does she need the water vapor in order to create it? Can she just do it, or does she pull from someone?
Is it an illusion or is it real fog?
Well, see, that's the question of where does the power come from? Like, if you can get it from the true source, and the true source is some type of like untapped power, like that, you know, and a person is like a prism, and at that point you can divide it into, you know, various elemental forms, then presumably you could do the same thing anywhere. But if it's a situation of you're pulling it out of your environment and then manipulating it, which seems to be what they're showing in the show, like they've
Correct.
Yeah, they've been showing it. Very Avatar. Very Avatar.
Which
River equals moisture.
Yeah, which I feel is useful just for narrative purposes, because you can't describe the way that you can describe channeling in a first person or in a, you know, third person perspective or whatever. But yeah, so I feel like fundamentally the way channeling is being shown is different as far as the canon, which I'm fine with. I don't care. But yeah.
First off, speaking of channeling, Troy, your hands are not moving, and you're still like actively texting.
Oh, they're there.
You're like in the comment section so much. Like, I think you're just thinking
it's just
these
neuro.
Yeah, you're just thinking these funny messages.
I've tried to be engaged and
share them
with the group.
No, how are you doing it though? Is my question. No, it's amazing, but is it like
up here and yet we get messages?
Are you using your phone to put it?
Penis slapping.
Darkout and me are good.
Like Metalocalypse?
Hunt and peck.
You hear that?
He hit the ring under his balls.
No, keep it going, Troy. I think it's like a magical power because I don't see your hands really moving, and all of a sudden these messages appear.
So, are we cool with Matt robbing a dead dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so
okay. That's canon.
Can I ask a question here? Can I ask one?
What
do you think do you think the horse that he pulls out along with whatever the gem is like going to tie him to somebody in the future? Like he kept that horse or whatever.
That is Chekhov's horse, yeah.
Yes.
Whose horse?
Chekhov. There's Chekhov's gun. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That's a literary technique that if you introduce a gun in the first act, it's gonna show up.
You better shoot that fucking gun before the third act, basically.
You can't just ignore the gun. So the fact that he looked at this carving, I think, yes, is a Chekhov's gun.
What is that stone? That's the question I had. Like, the stone got so many close-ups. Like, I didn't know if I missed something of what that could be.
I have no idea. It just looks like a little hippie trinket.
I just thought it was some kind of like loot, because Aiel tend to barter in various like valuable goods. So I figured Matt is probably going to try to sell it at some point.
So for the video game vibes, also looting your dead is part of it.
You do that anyway in video games.
Did anybody notice that in the very, very opening scene where they're chasing the false dragon, the mountain has like windows in it?
What? Do you have an image?
Like Adobe?
Do I have an image?
Yeah. Did you know that it runs on Microsoft Windows?
No, yeah. I was like, I don't do Photoshop. Sorry.
Where they're staying when Moraine takes Egwene aside and tells her about the
grew up in the Midwest, man.
Has a carved in little place to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
if
they have lots of old ruins.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that.
I want to go through it more.
So what are we looking for, Ryan?
Yeah. What?
Look at that. Look at on the wall. These squares.
There's windows
carved out. There's these squares in. Yeah, right. You don't see that?
No.
I see erosion and stuff. I don't know if I see structures.
I do see erosion as well. I'm not sure.
You're reaching.
I'm reaching?
Yeah.
Huh.
Phrase so.
Hey, did you guys notice the Trollocs? Most of them had torches. That's kind of fun, huh?
Uh-huh.
But is this in the next
All right.
scene from here? The next scene is them being in that shadowy situation with the windows that have shadowy stuff. Ryan, your face is in the thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
You,
Mwah.
Away with your face.
Ryan Puppet, push that dude out of the way. Just
Puppet, you have a face in your screen.
Breaking
Get that
kayfabe.
meat sandwich out of the way. Meat sandwich.
Oh, what was that?
Hulk Hogan would be disappointed.
Whoa, look at that beard.
What do you know, me, Gene?
Yeah, what is that?
That's
Tom
the guy
Hanks or Tom Hanks and
Volleyball.
after Forrest Gump was running across the country.
Wilson!
I'm gonna go home now.
I
I'm
have
tired.
created fire.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I wish
Dark-
we would have
you know,
gotten Tom
Dark Hound's
Waits,
right.
Tom
There-
Maryland. Like, if we're gonna get like that kind of like gritty kind of Tom Maryland, give me Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down and cut the knife down.
Nicely done, Troy.
I'll drink to that one, man.
We're all
Shit.
gonna have to cheers you for that.
A scoundrel named Matt. I said you're a
Want to make
God, we're fucking celebrating. The show's out, everybody, and it's fucking good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not nervous anymore. That was like 3 months of terror. That I was like, oh my god, if this is fucking drivel, I've spent so much money on cameras, backup puppets, like hand powder.
We're going
Tiny
to conventions and
t-shirts.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
I will say I was when the third episode got done. I was pissed that I have to wait a week now
I
to
know,
watch
right?
the next one.
I love it.
Totally.
I,
I
there
love
was
it.
that little line of
Yeah.
me that's like, man, I gotta wait a whole nother week for this.
God damn it.
Yeah,
I need it. I need that break.
agreed.
I hear
Watch
you.
these episodes
Say,
3
like,
more times.
oh yeah, feel our pain from Monday, but that's just an evil thing to say. 'Cause
No.
that was-
Well, I like recorded my live reacting to it because I, couldn't figure out how to screen record Amazon, so I had to set up like my camera on a little tripod or my phone on a little tripod on the side to like get a side view because I'm real new to doing all this kind of stuff. So I'm kind of like, I technology as best I can. And yeah, I was just kind of like, now I gotta edit that shit, and I hate the video editing. Like editing just audio is so much better. So I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to that.
Can I say how much more Morgan is legit than we are? I mean, she is so much more a thing than we are.
What,
Yeah.
So-
what?
Tyshar Morgan, have fun.
Have fun doing that thing that sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
I don't
you know,
have to do it. So awesome.
hey, we're a distinguished club, Morgan. Your dues are due on next Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, why did I decide to go on YouTube? Why did I listen to your brother? This is bullshit.
Hey, come on, let's do it.
I was like, I
We
hate
love
this,
you,
I hate
Morgan.
this. Yeah. It was like, you not only have to do the audio, you have to do the video, and like half the time mine aren't even synced up. Half my videos, like my audio and my video aren't synced up, and I'm like, you can tell I'm new at this shit.
Well, Ryan
I've
recommends that
noticed,
you do like
but I
those
still
claps, the clap,
Yeah,
clap,
yeah.
and then you can link it up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. Oh, well.
You know what? You're learning. You're making yourself better. You're making your product more accessible. I mean, it's you're helping yourself. And while they're baby steps, they are still steps. And
I have
you know,
31 subscribers on YouTube now.
I was excited to see you on
I was
YouTube.
like,
I'm number 19, so thank you.
what are you? Podcast of the Dragon?
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm.
Do you see her like title down? I can't point it down in her screen, but she can.
I think I'm subscribed.
I am.
I'm sure I am.
There you go.
I
Mr.
am not. What the fuck?
What the hell?
All
I
right,
thought you were
subscribe.
supportive, Dan.
Now I am. Now I am. And I hit the bell.
Oh God. I never.
That
hit
means
it.
Morgan
I'm gonna
is
hear when you're
awesome,
on.
and Morgan brings something more than just the characters. She brings her perspective to the characters, which makes it different. And
Exactly.
she helps it meld together into your mind so that you can accept people who are different, whether it be different from you or different from the other person. Either way, different is good.
Yeah, Morgan's my favorite content creator, like straight up. Yeah, big time. Your analysis is my favorite. And your wife, you're like, yeah, my wife's kind of shy or she doesn't want to be on. Your wife kills it, man. Your wife seems like she's been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah, that.
Nice.
Yes,
I have it written down.
Okay. If you struggle to find it, it's technically Podcast of the Dragon and Analysis of the Wheel of Time if you're looking for it, like not on YouTube. So if you can't find it coming up, just write Anne and it'll, or you can write Podcast of the Dragon Morgan, it'll come up. So
I'll put it in
this is
our
one of the
Discord.
Is this one of the things where I just know you through your handle?
Yep.
It's just Morgan, Podcast of the Dragon.
Podcast of the Dragon.
Posted in the chats. If you just click those, it'll take you to it.
But this isn't all about me.
Ooh, Troy, what is that?
I'm getting it for you. I'm ready to promote, man. That's what I'm here to do.
Seriously, man.
What are you drinking, Troy?
We all should promote each other.
The
Amazing.
ironic Game of Thrones Lagavulin.
Ooh, you said Game of Thrones. You're out.
Coolin, I love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's messed up. It's very smoky.
Yeah, that's a little too peaty for me.
I also have Peat Monster, which is really, really, really peaty.
Yikes!
Compass
No,
Box,
I'm a Macallan. I'm a that kind of easier, not so earthy.
Give me Lefroy. Give me Lagavulin.
I hear you there, Ryan.
Yeah.
I can't.
I got another beer. Listen to this.
I got one for you, brother Dan.
Nice.
Talk to me.
My wife is very
Napa
shy,
Castle.
so I appreciated her being willing to be recorded. But it's like, she gets a couple of glasses of wine in her. She gets pretty animated, so it's just fun to listen to her go off. So yeah, it's yeah.
And you're like the pleasant therapist. You just guide, just like. Oh, okay, yeah, we talked about that 2 weeks ago, right? And she'll go, right, that's right, we talked.
Well, she's a lot smarter than I am, so it's better just to be quiet and listen to her talk. So, yeah, it's
Well, when is she coming on?
She might not come on. She's pretty shy, so the idea of being actually on camera, I think, might be more than she wants to do.
She could put
be a puppet
sock on her hand, and draw two little eyeballs and talk to us. I mean, we're glorified socks.
Alan, what's his name?
For yourself, but
kept calling us sock puppets.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Well. Maybe someday I'll tell her that she could be a sock puppet. She might be gay, but yeah, I don't know if she would want to. She's, pretty shy. She's willing to just, talk to me and have me record and then never listen to it. But then I just tell her if people say nice things. But yeah, she's just, which I get it. I hated the sound of my own voice for ages. I got used to it because the first thing I did was to guest on WOT spoilers about 6 months before I started my own podcast, and so I just tortured myself by making myself listen to that over and over again until it stopped being painful.
Nice.
Pretty much the only way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I still hate my voice.
Yeah,
I talked to Ryan just
last
week. I'm like,
me too. I still hate your voice.
Yeah, you fucker.
If I ever meet you two in the flesh and you're not with the puppets there, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna take someone a while to get used to that.
Oh, we're taller than you think.
Yeah.
True.
And Oh yeah, I love it. Clay comes in with a strong.
Clay.
I'm here.
Ooh,
Let's
floaty.
go.
Floaty.
I'm here.
I fucking love it.
Floaty.
Yeah.
That's his thing. I'm here.
Hi, Clay.
There's Batman has I'm Batman, and Clay has I'm here.
I'm here.
We're happy you're here.
All right, so third episode. Oh, well, let's talk White Cloaks.
Oh,
White
God.
Cloaks, I was kind of impressed. They were scarier than the books let on, I
They're
feel.
fucking horrifying.
Yes.
They're so scary, and I thought that they were like making Eamon Valda, like they were gonna just like get rid of Paige Roniel, and they might, but it looks like they're getting rid of Jacob Carradine, and they're just having Eamon Valda
Right.
like take
Yeah.
his place,
Move him in.
which is like
It's not bad.
cool. But yeah, he's so scary. Like I was horrified by him just watching the trailer because there's smug self-satisfaction on his face when he's like burning the Aes Sedai at the stake, but then having her talk, hearing him talk to her and just like the cheeriness in his voice and everything, I was just kind of like, you're so scary. You just like make me cold all over. Like, ugh. Yeah.
Do Aes Sedai need their hands to channel in this series, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. If you're taught to channel a certain way, it's hard to learn to do it a different way, I think.
What do you think, MrHowley?
Being the one that doesn't. I could see Nynaeve being someone that like breaks that, like her anger, like gets it beyond that. Like she's like, I could see us getting a scene later in where her hands are tied behind her back, and that's her like.
Ooh, nice.
Like, not to give spoilers, but like get over.
No,
her
we're
plot.
full spoiler now. We only got 5
No, I
people.
know. Like,
chapter 50.
There's other people in the that I don't want to spoil.
Oh,
But
right.
To get over a block, that it's rather
thank
than
you,
doing
Troy.
the block scene, rather than doing the block scene, it's going to be like her hands are tied behind her back, and she's still able to channel because she's so fucking powerful.
That is a great pull. I like that. Yeah, there's got to be a reason. Yeah, because I just thought like plot wise, it just seemed to be that they like how else are they going to be able to capture an Aes Sedai if there's not that like weakness of cutting their hands off, right?
It makes a lot of sense. But I mean, at this point where I'm at least. I felt like they needed their hands, but I guess, I mean, with Nynaeve, I think she's kind of like a horse of a different color, you know? And so, who knows?
So are you.
That's cool. Well,
no wig.
Yeah, that's a beautiful mane you have.
Yeah, see, I never pictured Aes Sedai moving their hands at all. And to your point, Kay, when Nynaeve captures that gray man in the White Tower, I never pictured her going, whoa, 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 whoa. She just kind of did something, and Egwin's like, what? And she's like, don't worry about it. And then they just walk over like all boss and find the gray man.
Yeah.
So I never pictured them having to use their hands. So that is an interesting dynamic. And I wonder if your hands are tied behind your back. If you're able to like wiggle your fingers a little bit and do something or not, you know.
Let's say hi, give a hearty woot to Matt K. I don't believe I recognize this name, Mr. K.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt K.
All right, will we be doing this for every episode? That is up in the air. This has been a complete failure, and no one is trying hard enough.
We've been trying so hard, Brian.
We blames our guests hard.
We've been trying our asses off.
Wait. Brian got us booted from the first one. That was
Right.
That's what we're gonna do.
We had like
Don't forget that.
Hey,
we had hundreds of people. They were coming, right?
Hey, A for effort. A for effort.
They got lost on the way.
Absolutely.
It was great experience.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Dusty Wheel just like hit stardom. To be fair.
Yeah. Guys, if we stay on long enough, maybe he'll stop live streaming and we'll get more viewers. Let's do a Dusty Wheel check. God, this guy's a fucking superstar.
In the meantime,
He's
All right.
I mean,
Oh,
he's done a great job. He's done a great job. They're amazing. I'm really happy for them. They're amazing.
Stand to thee.
oh,
Yo,
he might be
if you
over.
were-
He might be done.
All right, come on. All right, Ryan, open the gates.
Oh,
Open the doors. Here they're coming. Here they come.
I'm gonna have to leave in about 20 minutes, so you
Thanks,
better get
Ryan.
on.
Guys, one line. Guys, one line. All right, single file. There's plenty of room. All right, what? Come on, no pushing. All right, they're coming.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Ryan,
Yes,
I say unto thee.
sweetheart. What?
we can see your face.
Who? What?
Face. How low can you go? Death row.
Who? There's no we, and there will. All right, guys. Dusty Will's gone. There's no one coming.
That's all right. That's all right.
Everyone,
It's not all right. All right.
What else? What else do we want to talk about? So what?
Yes, you do
What
get
else?
credit, Matt K.
There you go, Matt. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yes.
Matt, here's the VIP ticket.
You get
There's the
more
velvet rope
credit
back
if
there.
you subscribe, and
We have Voss water back there. It's pretty cool.
It's true.
Over there,
Dan,
Glacier Spring over here.
Dan, have you
no
ever
longer
been
black.
backstage, Dan?
Yes,
Back-
I was. All right, I was backstage at a Dave Matthews Band concert.
Oh yeah. You don't strike me as a groupie, Dan.
I was
No,
gonna say-
no, it was a corporate
It's
thing.
puppet.
My wife got tickets. It was at the New Orleans Jazz Fest. I was on the side stage watching the drummer, was just right over there. And I looked over and there was at least 100,000 people watching.
Yeah.
It was insane. And then I think I puked. No, I didn't puke.
No, so all right. So have you ever been backstage as an artist?
Yeah, well, not. I mean, I've done shows. Well, I can't say there was actually like where someone's playing and I'm like back. I mean, I guess so, but it was a super small place.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I was where no one else could go. Sure.
Awesome.
You?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I think you've been with me backstage before shows, Dan.
It's a lot of throat clearing. I mean, you want to share?
It's a
Oh
silly
yeah,
question.
well no, yeah. So I've been in many bands. So I've been in punk bands. Backstage for me is like where it's like I'm on a dirty couch. All you just hear is like and it's like
Right.
pounding through the wall, and they give you maybe a 6-pack and a cooler, and that's like, and you maybe have 2 drink tickets, and it's a Wednesday night. Yeah, that's backstage for me. But I have been backstage for sure. But also I did one performance where anyway, yeah, it's okay. I've been backstage.
That was
got a lot-
not an explanation, but we'll take it.
I'm uncomfortable talking about this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't think anyone really cares. I've been in
rad.
bands.
I do, but
I've been in very
anyway.
unsuccessful. I guess no one's watching anyways. I've been in a lot of unsuccessful bands, but I have at one point. I was in my band Homunculus Rex worked with an aerialist crew, which is a group of dancers who do ropes.
Slack rope.
Oh
Like-
man, no, it's awesome. It's fucking great.
So yeah, this is online somewhere. But yeah, we played at UC Davis. So there was about 500 people watching, and we did like the music. It was live music, and there were, I believe, 6 aerialist dancers, and there were 6 different ropes, and they were intertwining the ropes in these unique ways that were dangerous. It was great.
Yeah,
The-
they're like 30 feet up.
Cirque du
like-
Soleil.
Yeah, actually, one of the dancers was in Cirque du Soleil. The choreographer is known for like doing these great pieces where he would like he's done a piece where he's rappelling off of a building with several people rappelling in synchronized ways. He does all these different unique choreographies, and he explains it to me that he basically goes to universities and gets them to pay him to do choreography, and all he has to do is come up with weird esoteric reasons for doing it, but really what he's doing is just doing his own art. Anyways, it was amazing, and I was backstage for that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Any of you guys ever done performances of any kind? Ever been on stage with in front of a mic or no mic? Clothing or no clothing? Troy?
What?
I just say theater was my I went all the way up to doctorate and then dropped out for theater and shit.
Oh wow! Oh, what was your? Did you like musicals and shit?
No, I was more a director especially by the end, but I got into arts administration and directing there. So I was down in Texas Tech for a while, ran away, and then came up here to help out with a theater company that works with individuals on the autism spectrum called Spectrum Theater Ensemble. So that's what I did for a long time, then got into HR, and that's where I'm at now.
That's wonderful.
HR.
Well,
that's quite the leap.
A jump and a fucking half.
Oh wow, that's so great.
Well, yeah, Troy lives backstage. What do you mean? Have you ever been backstage?
Yeah, I've put in pitches to like go when Risk comes to Portland, but I haven't been selected yet. They've actually requested I put in more pitches like for when they were coming to town tomorrow actually, but I was like, no, Wheel of Time's coming out on the 19th, and also I just don't have the energy to do that as well this fall to try to figure out
forgive my ignorance. What is Risk before you go further?
Risk is a podcast that's done by this guy named Kevin Allison, who used to be on a comedy show way back in the day, and so people tell incredibly personal stories live on stage, and it's called Risk because it has to be some manner of like risk when you tell the story. So it's interesting to listen to it because it's like people tell, really sad stories, really funny stories, but a lot of the stories are really fucked up, and so it's just like it's interesting. And so they tour all over the country, and people will, and sometimes pretty famous people will tell stories, and sometimes it's just Joe Blow will come up on stage. And so yeah,
I smell a new game for Tavern Talk.
Yeah, too. That's awesome.
No, but Tyshar Risk.
Fucking Tyshar Troy. No.
So is it like the moth?
My little secret.
Yeah,
what a Troy with the callback.
Yeah, he dropped it.
What a dick.
That's hard.
Yeah,
You don't know what I'm packing. You don't
Settle
know.
too.
it's exactly like the moth, and some of the people who are on the moth will go on Risk. It's just like the moth, only like they'll have stories where people will talk about like their sex work and like the bordello that they used to work in, or just like, so it's like the moth but extra.
Right. And they're not talking in front of like 500 people or something, right?
So Morgan, are you having to come up with new personal stories each time you pitch these guys? Are you like? Are they just like, man, if we just hold off, she'll tell us our whole life story?
That's hilarious. But
you want to hear about the time I dropped LSD in science class?
It wasn't in science class, and the mayor's son gave me 2 hits for driving him to Taco Bell.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You're hired.
Morgan. Oh, perfect.
2 hits for gas. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we saw the first 3 episodes. What are our final thoughts about this? Well, my final thoughts. I'm wrapping up. You guys can stay on. We can keep this going all night if you want, but I'm gonna go to sleep in a little bit.
I gotta pick my wife up.
No. Dan, your timing is impeccable as always. Your drumming is coming out in your hosting.
Yeah. I'm a metronome of video casting.
You are.
All right, final thoughts. Dan, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is honestly, I liked it better than I thought I was going to. A lot better than I thought I was going to. I do have a little questions. I hope that Rand's sword gets addressed. I hope that that story does come out. But overall, the changes I see for the most part weren't frivolous. The ones that I saw occur, I liked. I liked Perrin being married. I liked the women's circle having a ceremony. I like that shit. And overall, I'm kind of bummed that I have to wait another week for the next episode.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, MrHowley, final thoughts.
I guess I'm kind of like Dan. It was rough around the edges, and I hope like I was asking about before, the discrepancy with the scenes, if they can just smooth those out, everything else is in place. I mean, the characters. I mean, we know the characters, and the development that they've given book readers has been phenomenal, and the settings, the scenes, everything's great. And can't wait till next week as well.
Yeah.
No.
Troy.
I see nothing but potential with the series. Extremely happy with what I saw. Perrin, Marcus was perfect in that casting for me, which is it's one of the few Perrin like fanboys. Like that was great for me. The changes like you said, MR, I think it made sense for me. And the biggest thing is that it's something that I can introduce other people to in a way that I think makes sense. And that's what I care about, is that this is something that has meant a lot to me. I've had some Buddhist stuff and things like that before the series, but the series like really got me into that in a weird way, and spiritualism and things that I wasn't before. So to be able to share that, I think is really great, and it still holds true to a lot of those elements. So
that's awesome.
Awesome. Okay, how about you? I'm gonna save Matt for last because I think he's really gonna blow us away here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna circle back to like, I'm really excited that for the next episode as well, and circle back to the fact that this was just so important to all of you, and that's really like all of you longtime readers, and that includes you, Troy, with 10 years under your belt. I mean, gosh, it includes anybody who's read the entire series or is even starting to. It's an incredible thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm just really excited for the longtime readers and everything that it's brought to your lives, and brought these characters to the forefront.
It is the passion of fans like these and us that have encouraged other readers to jump on based on passion alone. Delusions of Grendel. Case of Aes Sedai. Indeed. Yeah. Delusions has a friend who is a never reader who is like, all right, I'm into it because you love it so much. Mm-hmm. Same with you, Morgan. We're bringing people in just because they respect us and they're like, well, if you really fucking like this, maybe I should give it a shot.
Or we're so annoying, they're like, Jesus, maybe they'll shut up.
Maybe that
I really agree with you, Brother Dan. It's the fact that this community is so amazing, and I'm so grateful to be a little tiny part of it. Like I said before, and honestly, I will keep saying it because it really is an honor to just like get to know even a few of you, or any of you, because it really does. It's just consistent throughout everybody that I've met, that you all are so genuinely kind and just good people that care about these characters.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah. And it's multi-generational. I've passed it on to my son, one of my sons. I've passed them on to them all, and only one of them has read the books. But MaTsDaGger, you received the books from your father. I mean, this is all Yeah,
That's yeah. Christmas is just like, oh great, another Robert Jordan book in our
Come on,
stock.
kid.
Hey,
Dad, yeah, I know.
Not wrong.
Like,
Well, now I'm like, hey, you missed your 6th and 7th period class. Can you just go and read a chapter for me? God damn it! Instead of me having to ground you, just go read a chapter. It's turned into punishment. No, it's not. It's not.
You're like, first you give me the books, then you give me the Kindle, then you give me the audio. Now you give me this woman reading with a British accent. I don't want to read it.
No, I heard my kid said, "Oh, I loved her in Gone Girl." I heard that phrase today.
Wow.
She was the last one to break my headcanon, and now all of them are my headcanon.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was too
Morgan,
tall. That was all.
what are your final thoughts about the 3 episodes we watched?
I'm really impressed with the overall writing as far as what they're doing with the narrative in order to effectively be able to tell people the things that they need to tell people without bogging things down, because it is such a complicated story to tell. I'm especially impressed with what they were able to do in order to basically have the meat and bones of the story, as far as in the eye of the world, the fact that, Rand and Matt go together with Tom, Perrin and Egwene, go this way, and Lon Moraine and Nynaeve end up together. And so the fact that they just basically cut out the whole arc of Barillon and had Nynaeve catch up, which is I had a speculation video where I was like, I think they're gonna do this with the writing. So the fact that I was right makes it even better.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It always does.
Oh yeah, she predicted that Trolloc would drag her away by her braid.
Didn't predict that part. I just predicted that Nynaeve would track them to Shatter Logoth and catch up, and that's how she would end up with Moraine and Lon, was that she would catch up there, and that they basically would cut out that whole section and, have the boys hit up with Tom and basically do that kind of rearranging of the narrative, which cuts out a decent amount of stuff while keeping the relationship and the character developments, which is the central stuff that needs to happen, while also being able to build Loghain's story arc. They're going to do that whole thing, which I think is one of the most important things, because you want to see all of the horror that will be what a male channeler is, while everybody also falls in love with Rand with his cute smiley face and his woolly sweater, because they want to just utterly destroy people.
And his triangle V-shaped body.
Yeah. So I think that
it's all the swimming.
Yeah, the choices that they're making narratively on what to cut, what to expand upon, they did a really smart job with the writing that way. That was such a good choice. So thumbs up with that.
Yeah. I should point out real fast, I did point out father to son bonding, but there is sibling bonding here too. Ryan, thank you for introducing me to the series. I love you. It's
don't
great.
do it. Don't do
Morgan
it.
has been crying.
That's it. That's all.
All right, MaTsDaGger, bring the show home.
Yeah, take us home, baby. Last 8 furloughs.
It's been a long time. I've been living with these characters in my heart. And since I've been diagnosed with cancer, I've drawn a lot of strength from a lot of characters in these books. And to see them brought to life so beautifully by Rafe Juggins and everyone else in the cast and crew, just seeing that is enough. It means a lot. And I draw strength from the community and the books and the show now. You brought my characters home and more into my heart than I thought was possible. So thank you, Rafe, Sarah Nakamura, all the crew. Thank you.
Well said.
I can't explain to you what it means to me. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I think you just did.
Yeah.
I think you just did. Thank you so much, Matt. It's real. Exactly.
Yeah.
Darkhound Slobber coming in with it's real.
You guys, I love you all. Thank you all for. I mean, my brother and I have been doing this stuff for over a year and a half. Case Sadai. I mean, Ryan has been married in this process, right? I mean, this has been quite the journey for us all, and I'm glad to share it with each and every one of you. You guys are all special to me, honestly, and I'm grateful and thankful that I can think of you guys so fondly in my life. So I'm looking forward to walking this path, guys. Let's
absolutely
fucking wander this world together, shall we?
Let's do this 1 week at a time.
Got my walking boots on.
Hell yeah, MaTsDaGgerX, MrHowley, Morgan, Ryan, brother Dan, Troy. Thank you guys for having me here.
Ryan's puppet even looks sad right now. Just look right there. Like, look up just like this.
You gotta curl up the mustache.
Yeah, look how sad he looks.
Right?
I'll get there.
The brown eyes. The mournful brown eyes.
All right. Hey, I love you and I'm proud of you. We may or may not be doing this. We're not sure what we're gonna do. But I've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah. And I'll find out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The directly after the airing of the episodes will probably not happen. We'll just probably have these discussions on Tavern Talk on Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tavern Talk is going to be show talk, basically. We're going to break down each episode, and we might figure out a way to have maybe a spoiler-free discussion at the beginning and then followed by just kind of like a theory-based book discussion afterwards. We'll figure out what format works best, but we definitely are going to incorporate the show. We're excited, and we just hope that the quality keeps it up, because what they just gave us was far exceeded every expectation I have. We haven't even got into it, like the blood in the water that turns into the forested canopy. If they're going to be doing transitions like that, like I'm all in. I'm all in.
We didn't even talk about the intro, with the 7 items die that we don't know.
With all the threads.
Yeah.
Who are the 7? I want to know.
I've got to go, you guys. I got to go pick my wife up. It was
I know.
wonderful to talk to all of you, and I would love to do this again soon. Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Mr. Howley, Kay, Troy.
Yep.
You guys, Podcast of the Dragon. Seriously.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Best thing around.
Bye.
All right. Adios. Actually, everyone, let's just say hearty I love you all.
I love you all.
Let's all have a great night's sleep. Follow the way of the leaf, which means if you're threatened, run for your lives.
Right.
The way of the leaf.
Way of the leaf.